Welcome to the show, everyone. You know, I love talking about everybody else but me on this show. My first guest has been on with me forever. I have with me Susan Tanko. She is the president of WCI Business Sales. She's also one of my sponsors. Thank you for sponsoring me. Thank you for supporting the show and being on. You were a listener originally, and now you have been on so long for me, talking a little bit about what you do. And I want you to tell everybody what it is that you do and why it is so important for someone that is going to use what you do to have someone who's licensed. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Carol. I was wondering the other day, how long have I been on this show?
I think at least 3 years. I know
Has it been 3?
At least, because you started where we were, well, actually it started when we were at the other studio, and now you're here, and that was, that was a while.
Yeah, I used to sit in my car when I first started in sales, and I listened to your show. Yeah, it's always really great to listen to 1100.
Thank you.
So, WCI Business Sales, we used to be WCI Commercial. Before that we were WCI Broker Central. So, but we've always been WCI. We are the Phoenix office. There is another office in Northern Arizona that we share listings and buyers and sellers with and collaborate with on deals. So we cover the entire state and we canvass for listings. Just like you would go out and list a house, you determine what the value is, the highest possible value. We come up with a plan to sell it based on financials. We uncover things about the business, ask lots of questions, and that's a whole show on itself. And I think we've had that show, but there's all kinds of things. So your business may not be worth, even though you have a business that's similar to your competitor, 30 miles away, your business is still different. Every business is unique, even though you do the same thing. You have different nuances within your company and your staff, and right down to how many hours do you put in versus the other person. Overhead, real estate, leases, we handle it all. So we are all licensed agents. So when you bring up licensed agents, in Arizona, it is one of the states that you must be licensed in to sell a business. And not everyone knows that. So business owners get phone calls offering to do an evaluation, print out a nice booklet, charge, $10, $20, $50,000, and yes, we can sell it for you. Guess what? These people aren't licensed. They're putting their ads out there, hoping that business brokers will call, or people, I don't even want to go into that. That's another show.
But
what kills me is that people are doing that and they're telling you that they're capable, and they're not. They're making their money off of a fee that they charge you, and you may never hear from them again. And I hear that story over and over again. It really is upsetting to call a seller and they tell you these horror stories. We hear it all the time. Please don't do that. We don't charge anything. We don't charge commission until after you get paid, and then we get paid because we've done our job and we've earned our money.
And this is what's wonderful. When that is happening, if you're working on a contingency basis, you are working to do the best you can for your client. When you're not, and we're seeing if they're going to take the money and go, for God's sakes, that's awful.
That's an advertising agency.
And I mean, it makes me.
We pay that up front for you. Why would you pay tens of thousands of dollars?
It's crazy. Now today, one of the things that you wanted to talk about was that you have some listings that you would like to kind of share with the audience.
Yeah, so because I've been coming here for so long, I love the number 111, by the way, and 1111. Every time it pops up, there it is. I see it.
And that's a angel number for you.
It is, and it's very personal to me. So I brought our best buys list. All of the buyers that are signed up with us get the best buys list every month on the first of the month if they want it. Some don't. Almost every time they do, they want to see what's available because they're buyers. So I thought, gosh, what can I talk about today that I haven't already talked about that won't bore everybody to death? And I thought, I'm just going to take the best buys and I'm going to pull sheets off of different business listings that we have right now. And without saying the name, I'm just going to throw out some opportunities that are available. So how much time do we have?
Well, we have right now, at least 5 minutes at least, I'll
Okay,
say, 4 or
okay.
5 minutes, so go ahead.
So I've sold quite a few businesses up in the Cave Creek area. I love that area. I love the Frontier Town and Old Schoolhouse Road and the Rock Shop, and there's so many beautiful businesses up there. I actually sold Big Bronco. I sold the Roastery recently. And we've sold some others up there. So once they're sold, it's public knowledge. Before that, we're not allowed to talk about those things. And we never say what things sold for or the multiples, where those are private to our clients who are our sellers. So don't go around talking about those things. However, I just listed recently another one. Wonderful sellers, just very delightful. I love meeting with people. And these people are just a hoot. And they have created this really cool garden boutique and gift shop. Things from clothing to outdoor garden items that are frankly the best I've seen in that area. They're painted so well, they like glow in the dark. They're just beautiful, and they'll last years and years and years out in your yard. And I've spent quite a bit of money at this place myself. They have a fabulous landlord, and this is unheard of. Their lease is all inclusive, so most leases are, you know, for an example, $4,000 a month for 3,500 square feet plus net. That's triple net. So you're paying for if the air conditioner goes out, you're paying for electricity, you're paying for upkeep. So it's called a triple net lease, and that's very, very common. These people have an all-inclusive, everything's included. They have 900 square feet, $2,800 a month, and it's, the
Wow.
900 square feet is only under roof. The rest is beyond that. They have like half a parking lot of stuff. It is just a really cool, fun business. You know what the best part of it is? They are only open during the fabulous months, which is right now, and they close in the summer.
So you see, and you know what, I love Cave Creek too. A lot of businesses from Cave Creek happen to come on this show as well. And, you know, if you're looking to buy and you want to, you know, live in that wonderful little town, you know, great people.
Yes.
This could be an opportunity. Is that-
Absolutely. And so this is an opportunity. I just listed the cash flow, which means what is the owner keeping. On paper, about $83,000 a year for working 7 months of the year. Okay, maybe 8. They're running their own business. Price of the business is $150,000. Guess what? That includes all the inventory. I mean, this is a fabulous deal. They're being very reasonable. Maybe you've been in this business before and you want to come in and add your own twist to it. There's room to do that, and the seller would actually, if I introduce the right person to him, he'll either carry and sell outright, or he will partner. So this is a very unusual situation. I'm hoping to get this sold during the busy season. That's right now.
So you can call direct at 602-795-2005. You can check her out on the website. It's WCI Broker without the S, there's no S.com. Again, call and have that consultation. Maybe it's for you, or maybe it's for someone that, you know, give the gift of owning a business to somebody for the holidays.
Ooh, what a cool Christmas gift.
602-795-2005. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a minute. Wow, that worked out great. So we're gonna keep on talking in here because we're live on Facebook. When a business is selling like that and they have this great idea like that, that's a boutique, that's a very specialized type of a boutique. They're looking for somebody who already does that, or does it matter? Can they kind of come in and let's say I've always wanted to live up there, I can't wait to own that type of a business, or I'd like to learn it, or how does it work?
It can be either way, and I was going to talk about this live, but
But we
I'll
can
talk
do it
about
both.
it now. people buy businesses that they're familiar with. So the people that will buy that business they're either great shoppers and they just like being in that environment and have actually entertained doing something like that before, or they came from that business, they already had one back east, maybe in California along the coast, there's some really fun shops. Maybe they did it somewhere else and they're familiar with it, and they have people that they can order from, because the thing about this business is it's turnkey. Most of ours already are.
Turnkey.
So the turnkey businesses already have vendors and suppliers in place.
Well, I want to talk about that when we get back to,
Okay.
because, there's people out there that are thinking about doing something like this, but they don't even know the first steps to take.
Right.
I bet you a lot of people do. So I would like to have you explain some of the lingo that
Yeah.
you're talking about, like when you said a 3-net, whatever
Well,
you said.
Carol, what you're talking about is familiarization. In every sale, we do, there's a familiarization period for the seller to train and familiarize the new owner with everything that they do. Sometimes it only takes 2 weeks, sometimes it takes longer, maybe a month. 30 days is highly common, and that's at no charge above the price. So that's in every listing, we build that time in. And especially if there's an SBA lender involved, they require at least 30 days, sometimes a little longer.
Well, to me, first of all, that, when you said their rent on that, at least, that sounds very low. I think that's fantastic with all of that property that they have, and it's all inclusive on top of that.
Yes, and that seller was so smart, he already told his landlord what he was thinking about doing. He was thinking about selling, and he said, what will you do for someone new? Because sometimes landlords will see an opportunity there with someone coming in. Oh geez, I've been meaning to raise that rent. And now you have to adjust the price to make up for the difference, and everybody gets stabbed.
You know what, I think it's great that he did that, because I think he
Yes.
saw the value of what
Yes.
it was that he was offering for his client too, for,
He did.
for each, it was a win-win.
It's very valuable, yeah.
So welcome back. You know what I love about the breaks here, and we do talk live on Facebook here I learn so much, and I mean, I've known you forever, but even so, I learn every single time even more when you come on. Because it's so fascinating as well too. And there are businesses out there that maybe you're thinking about selling, maybe you're just tired and you want to retire, right? Or it's something that you've been thinking about, but you don't know what to do. And this is one of the things that you said, Carol, I was just going to talk about this live, so let's do that. You called it familiarization.
So, yeah, you asked me, Carol, well, what do you do when you come by a new business? The first person leaves and then you're just there holding the bag and trying to figure everything out? That's basically what you asked me. So, no, whenever there's a business sale, there's a built-in time frame after the sale called the familiarization period. So I'm buying your business, you've owned a restaurant for 30 years. By the way, don't ever buy a restaurant if you haven't owned one. That's the riskiest business I think there is out there, unless it's a franchise. Maybe start with a franchise, get your arms around it. With a regular business, let's say you're selling Tommaso's, fabulous name, and you're the owner, you're selling it, you've been there forever. I came in, I owned Italiano's, so I have some experience, but I don't know your vendors, I don't know your style, I don't really know where you're getting everything and what why you set your hours up. Do you have live entertainment on Fridays? So that's a familiarization period that I need to learn from you, and you offer that for 2 to 4 weeks at no charge. So if me having experience, I might not only want 2 weeks, because I plan on putting my own spin, my own recipes in here, but someone that's not familiar, they're gonna need more time. On the big, large construction companies, some of those guys stick around for 3 months, and then after that, they'll be paid a consultation fee.
Right.
Yeah. So it depends on the business. Like I said, every single business is different.
So you see, when you buy a business, you have to get familiarized with it, and that is mostly included with that. You also mentioned that most of the businesses that you work with, they are turnkey.
Most of them are, yes. Well, think about it. If you're going to go out and start a business up, you need everything from a business license to employees to a location, sometimes equipment, advertising. The list goes on and on and on, and you start adding all those things up, and you're thinking, okay, well, if I break even the first year, that's pretty good. Some people are better at advertising, and they might be profitable the first month. So it depends on who you are and what your background is, but most people, it takes some time to get that business up and going.
That's where it is.
A lot of those people come to you, Carol, to help them with that.
That's right.
I mean,
Thank you
that's
so
why
much.
I love what you do.
No, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, you help people that have been here, that just started a business or have been around 40 years. It
Yeah,
does not
just helping get
matter.
the word out. But thank you for that.
Yeah.
But I have to say, and I'm gonna, piggyback on you now, because, that is when you've been around for, first of all, the amount of years that you've been around between everybody that's in the office is at least 60, if not more, years of
It's around
experience.
60 since my father began the
Okay,
business.
so
Mhm.
60, and,
Right.
not a small amount of time, you guys
No,
bring
that's-
experience.
3
to the table.
lifetimes.
Yeah, but you bring experience to the table, and there's nothing like that. And, the way that you work with people, you already know what to do before you even start, because you kind of already have an idea about it, right?
Well, with time comes experience and wisdom.
Yes, of
Is
course.
what we say. Right, but we don't know it all. We don't know everything about your business. We need to get to know you and get right there with you.
Right, that's where that familiarization comes from for you.
That's
with them.
after the sale, but yeah, familiarization when we get to know, and we represent sellers, so you're going to share things with us that may not come up with a buyer, and as long as it's not detrimental to a buyer and it's personal to you, let's talk about it.
Now, their phone number is 602-795-2005. The website is WCIBroker.com. And I would want people to understand that, number one, use somebody who, like them, who have the kind of experience that they bring in, the knowledge that they bring in. Also, they are licensed brokers, and you can't even do this. You're not even supposed to if you're not licensed.
The Arizona Department of Real Estate finds out you're doing this without a license, you're gonna get your hand slapped and you will never be granted a real estate license. They're serious.
So, okay, let me ask you this. You say that a lot of these move very quickly. And you
So
wanna
our
talk
businesses move so quickly. We have about 100+ listings at any given time. I wanted to bring these, and I'm gonna throw them out here real quick. I'm not sure how
Go
much
ahead.
time we have, but I have another one. I'm throwing small, medium, and large out. My large will be last. A special occasion boutique, asking $169,000. This lady is making about $72,000 a year, and she meets with the mothers of the brides.
I'm telling you now, it's the business to get into because it's the way you make a lot of money in the bridal business.
She has so much fun. She'd love to partner with someone too if we brought the right person. We have a pharmacy. Cash flow, almost $400,000 these people are making. The guy is a pharmacist, price $600,000. Why hasn't that sold?
Wow, that's
What a smoking
awesome.
deal. You need to be a pharmacist, have that license.
Okay.
It takes the right person to fill the right shoes sometimes. We have an immediate outpatient medical clinic. We have 2 of them listed. Price is $3 million. Cash flow, we're trending at over $1 million.
That's awesome.
It's fabulous.
There's
yes.
money to be made here in Arizona. You gotta own
Yeah.
a business.
This is my best listing probably in years. This is a specialty rental and large-scale residential contractor. They work for the builders, the residential builders. You need residential building experience and $5 million cash. You can pick this up for $18 million. Guess what it makes? About $6 million a year, that's all.
Wow.
3 times 6 is 18, but guess what? 15 of that is business, 3 million is real estate. So you're really picking up the business for 15 million on a $6 million cash flow. Why has this not sold? Because we need a buyer with $5 million and residential experience.
Now, let me just say, there's also a process in that too.
Yes.
Because, you know, now they come to you and say, I'm really interested in that $5 million business that you have. There's people out there that have it cash, I'm sure, right? But there's
But they
also,
leverage themselves. Smart people leverage their money.
so question to ask you, what are the first steps to go through? Somebody would love to do something like that. They want to go to the bank, they want to get a loan, how does that work?
So if you want to get a loan, we will hook you up with an SBA or other type of lender, depending on the size of business that you're looking at. And we actually had a show on this at one time. You need transferable experience. You need sometimes as much as 20% cash down, liquid cash, not from your home. It needs to be liquid. They used to allow you to use your home equity line of credit as down payment before the big crash.
Mhm.
That is no longer an option, unless you've already done it before you come meet with me, by the way. So do that first. If that's where you're getting your money from. Because then the bank can't stop you from doing it. You've already done it, it is what it is. So it's a whole process, but you need to meet with an agent, see what you're actually qualified for, have them hook you up with a lender or 2 or 3, you can pick your lender, and make sure it's an SBA PPP lender. But yeah, that's what we help the buyers with.
And that's what it's all about, having somebody that does have that experience and knowledge, not only to help the seller and getting that sold for them correctly at the best price that they can get for you. They
We
do
work
this-
on commission,
I was
we
just
will
gonna
price
say.
it where we think it's going to appraise, and we're pretty close almost every time we nail it.
602-795-2005. And you know what, we're coming to the close here, so, but it is the holidays, and you know, listen, if you could do something, can you imagine the gift of giving someone a chance of being in their own business? If you yourself are sitting here thinking, oh my God, I would love to live up in Cave Creek or get involved with some of these, maybe it's you or someone that you know. Let's get these business sold for them. Let's get you, who wants to sit around all the rest of your life? What are your final
My
words?
final thoughts are, this morning a really great song that I love came on the radio, and I started to sing with it, and I went, oh my God, that's what our buyers are looking for. They're looking for that one that makes them sing.
Oh my God, that is so true. That is so true. And
They're
that's,
looking for the perfect fit that makes them, pulls the passion out, right?
and you're looking for people who are ready, willing, and able.
I'm a matchmaker.
Her
If you're
phone-
ready to sell, I'll find you the right match.
And she'll let you sing.
And we will sing Kumbaya together.
That number is 602-795-2005. It's WCI Broker without the S.com.